Hey again, YouTube, Nutjob with Machete back with another review for you. I have here a CRKT product I've been watching for a while, but I was waiting for the price to go down. Well, it did, and I was able to pick it up. It is the CK Dragon, and in the nice satin finish. This is an awesome little Crawford Kasper design. This one is the 2010 N, neutral, nickel, whatever the hell that stands for, and I love it. But there are issues, because this is me, and there's always issues. Hey, I have issues. In fact, either you love bacon or you're wrong. Just kidding. Anyways, this thing. It is basically a self-defense knife. There is next to no field application that I can figure that doesn't involve putting holes or slashes in others. But it is a really good knife for that. Sheath, yeah, pretty good. Standard sheath. It's basically, sandwich plastic with multiple holes, so you can put it on molly webbing or anything like that if you want to lash it to your gear. But as you can hear, it's got a rattle. Thanks to all the viewers who have provided suggestions on how to get rid of that rattle in either videos, putting a cotton ball, stuff like that in here, or just remolding the plastic. I will say this for the sheath: they put in a drain hole, which I like. It does hold the knife securely if rattly, I know. And the mounting's a little interesting. They give you 2 of these plates. I've only mounted 1, and enough screws and everything to mount them, so that if you maybe wanted to mount it on molly or something like that. But what I've done is what most people have done, is mounted it so that I can put my belt through it. Some people will put it on their belt like this, with the mountings up here, and they just slide the belt through here. I've put mine Scout style carry, so it comes off my right hand side. And it's actually pretty good that way. The only thing I've noticed is trying to get it back into the sheath. Little uncomfortable because, look at it. It is a wicked, almost like sheep foot design. Thin at the tip. You can see that nice pointed, it tapers down to a very wicked point, even though it's got a fairly thick spine. So when, you might jab yourself once or twice, or put notches on your belt, so that'd be entertaining. But yeah, locks in the sheath, comfortable, pretty good. The knife is the real star, of course. This, well, of course, I'll put the specs and everything down below. This is a really nice knife for quick slashes, draw cuts, and penetration. You can see how narrow that point is, and you can see, just how deadly and dangerous this would actually be. Slashes on meat and penetration on meat, of course I did those tests. I didn't do ballistics gel on this one. I didn't feel like it. So it's the beef from the 2 karambit tests. And there's one more knife that ended up getting used on it. So again, I apologize if it comes across as graphic, because basically the meat is bleeding. But let's go to that. Dragon. So this thing, with its really, really wicked point, penetrated into the meat multiple times, and I didn't even have to worry about it. It was actually pretty comfortable using it too. But there's a couple of little things. This makes me scratch my head. You can see here, there's jimping on the spine. But if I turn the blade this way, the jimping is completely covered by the handle scales, which are like relatively comfortable plastic. what the hell? My thumb doesn't even grab it. That's one of the things about this knife. Like I said, there were a couple of little issues. That's one of them. The other is the fit and finish isn't where I'd like it to be, but it's not bad. The handle scales are bigger than the metal. Like I said, here, right? Well, in here, they stick out past the metal, which means that the handle scales themselves were designed, or at least in this case, bigger than the knife handle. Which means that you get some minor hot spots after a lot of use. One of the other things is you can see down here, my hand is touching it. Again, this won't be a problem if you have smaller or medium hands, but this is a hard 90 all around here. So that means that you do get a hot spot after a longer period of time. Overall, though, I do love this thing. It is, for what I can think of its intended purpose, it is really, really good. That slashes, especially tip slashing. If you just tip slash with this thing, because of that really narrow point and the really narrow spine, it opens up. And of course, penetration. But that, near as I can tell, is pretty much what this was designed for, and that's what it does really, really well. I would not be taking this out in the field as a bush knife or anything like that, because it's just not designed as that. For one, this is a hollow grind right here. And then it goes, of course, to your primary angle. This hollow grind, slashy, cuts really, really well. It really wouldn't be what I would want in the field. But for, I'm pointing at the cabinet, but for that, it works really, really well because it opens the meat or obviously whatever else. But yeah, it's a really, really good PDW. And near as I can tell, that's pretty much what they designed it for. A nice, simple, light, I mean obviously very, very light PDW that you don't really have to worry about. And you know, when it's in its sheath, it'll stay in its sheath. As soon as it comes out, it's going to do the business. I'm going to end the review there because otherwise I'm just going to start thinking of darker and darker things with this. So, thanks so much for watching this review. As always, if you like videos like this, feel free to click like, feel free to subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and feel free to share this video, especially if you wanted someone to buy you one of these, as much as you wanted. And until next time, guys, I'm Nutjob with a machete with an actually really good PDW. Stay sharp. Never showed you a cut test. There you go. Bye.